There's nothing more humbling and inspiring
and attractive
than witnessing somebody be truly and uniquely exceptional.
Except, of course, for their journeys. Maybe it's luck.
Maybe it's genetics.
Maybe it's work ethic.
Scott and I wanted to see if we could discover what makes some of the universe's most incredible humans the successes they've become, and ultimately find out exactly how they became
so good. Hi, you guys. Wow. We are back with Ugh, You're So Good, Season 2. I'm not sure if this is the first episode of Season 2. Who knows? We're going to figure that out. But we have an amazing guest, my favorite drag queen of all time. I'm not just saying that. She truly is. She was a contestant on Season 10 and was Miss Congeniality. And then won All-Stars.
Yes.
And she is fucking iconic, I guess.
She has like the most beautiful voice I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Like an opera singer on the side. It's rude.
Everyone, welcome. Monet Exchange.
Hello.
Oh God, yes.
I say we are in like a very Brooklyn setup right now.
I know.
I feel like when people think of Brooklyn, this is what they think they're gonna get, and they get a shitty apartment in like East New York or something.
Yeah, we're in my cousin's roof because of COVID, and there's like her boyfriend Woods. His name is Woods, and he's like clearly a gardener.
Very Brooklyn name.
Like
Woods.
Everything around here is like they're growing all these plants.
Oh
anyway.
Wait, oh my God, is that like, what is that, an apple tree?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it was crazy this summer. They had like tomatoes, they had all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I don't have a green thumb at all. I don't like to grow things. I don't think that's my calling in life, and I'm okay with that.
You have enough callings.
Right.
You have enough.
I agree.
We're so excited to have you. I guess like I have endless questions, but
yeah,
I kind of just want to know like how it all started for you, because I know you're from St. Lucia, or you're born in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
but
born
then,
in Brooklyn, yeah.
And then how did it begin?
Yeah, so I was born in Brooklyn, and then I lived in St. Lucia until I was 9 years old. So I lived from like 9 months to 9 years old. And I have to say, growing up in St. Lucia, obviously people always like, oh my God, why would you ever come to America? But you know, like everyone's parents, like I want you to have like a fierce life. And I remember like watching like those like Disney shows and stuff, and seeing like those like quintessential like high school things. I'm like, I want to have a school with a locker, and I want to like do all that stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like I was like, I want to have a cheerleader, because schools in the islands and like in St. Lucia and Jamaica, whatever, they don't have like cheerleaders and football teams, and it's not a thing.
Do you think growing up in St. Lucia like shaped who you are? Like, do you think it like...
Most definitely.
I know nothing about St. Lucia. Like, what's the vibe of St. Lucia?
The vibe is very chill, very island, but very strict. Like all schools have like corporal punishment. Like,
wow.
I was a really active kid, like running around and stuff. And like when we would have recess, I would like run around and get crazy and do all kind of stuff. I would be like I'm still a very sweaty drag queen, and I was a very sweaty kid. And I would be like drenched in sweat when I would come from like recess, and I would get like punished, like beat with like a ruler.
No.
Oh
for
my
being
God.
Sweaty?
Yeah, for being sweaty from recess. They were like, you can have fun, but not too much fun, you know?
Oh my God.
Are you allowed to be gay in St. Lucia?
Oh, you're not. It is still legal, but they are one of the more liberal islands.
It's still illegal.
It's still illegal now.
Oh my God.
But the tide is turning a lot, and they just had their first Pride celebration this year.
Wow.
And I was like the headliner this year. So virtually, obviously, because of COVID.
Did that feel like really special to come back to where you came from, like, and get to be that proud and like the leader?
Amazing. When I saw the email, and you know, they sent like an email to my booking team, and then they sent it to me, my agent and stuff, and they were like, they're not offering any money. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I would pay them to do it.
Right.
I was like, the fact that they're reaching out to me to be a part of it, and they're having it was their second annual Pride, but the one before was like, I mean, it was like really small. I think it was like 3 people in the basement, like, So this one was obviously much more of a big experience, and it was this whole digital celebration. So I was like so happy to be a part of it, and I want to do it every year, and hopefully it gets bigger. And next year, outside of COVID, it can be an actual parade down there. You know?
Was everyone so lit for you?
Yeah, oh my God. They were so lit. And they were saying like, I'm like one of the more like famous St. Lucian people.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
I mean, of course, I believe you're famous everywhere. Like, why wouldn't you be in your hometown?
In the grand scheme. Also, the whole concept of celebrity and all that stuff is such a weird thing to me, because it's, you know, it's very I don't know. I don't consider myself as a famous person or a celebrity, whatever like that. So the whole thing is just weird to me. But anyway, the fact that they even think of me that way was like
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it was so cool.
You're definitely famous.
Yeah, I gotta break it to you. You're famous.
Do your parents live in St. Lucia still?
My parents still live there,
Did they come to Pride? Or is it still a big secret?
No, not a big secret. So funny story. So I moved back to the States, whatever, and high school, college, everything. And from college, I came back and I was living back in Brooklyn. And right around like the second year I started doing drag, there was this Miss Gay Caribbean pageant that happens in Brooklyn. And then I'd heard about it and my friend was working it. And he was like, do you want to compete for St. Lucia? Like represent St. Lucia? I was like, sure.
How old are you at this time?
I was 2015, so I was 25.
Okay.
25, 26. And 90s baby, 1990.
Yes, all of us.
And if you're 89, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, can I curse? Okay,
yeah, of course.
Pussy. Okay, great. So I did the thing and I did the pageant and I ended up winning for St. Lucia. It was like my first pageant I ever did. I won for St. Lucia and they did these pictures on stage where myself, the winner, and the runner-up and the second runner-up were on stage. Picture. I was like, okay, this is cute. The next day, I woke up to like 27 missed calls from my mom. I'm like, this is weird. Why did my mom call me so many times? So I called her back and she was like, are you transgender? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, there's this article in St. Lucia and it has you on the cover in this gown and this crown.
God.
And you look like a woman and they're saying that you are the first transgender winner of a pageant in St. Lucia. And I was like, she sent it to me and they...
Oh my God.
I guess they didn't know the correct language.
Right.
So the newspaper used the wrong language.
Yeah, they said I was a trans woman, blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I still wasn't like super out to my mom. Like she knew that I did music theater and I did opera.
Right.
And I would like bring heels home. And I was like, why are you bringing heels? Oh, this crazy production of Magic Flute. I don't know where they're going. We're like wearing heels. It's so weird, Mom. I don't know. This is...
Was that hard to like keep that from her?
It was so hard. And now in hindsight, they like love Drag Race. They love the show.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like, my family texts about it. You know what I mean? So in hindsight, I wish I had like the bravery to like come out about it earlier.
Yeah.
But, nothing happens before its time. And the fact that I had that experience, I talk about it often and other kids, so...
But
it was
I think
weird.
to me that actually makes you seem even more brave because I think like doing drag can take some bravery. It's like first of all, it takes so much endless talent and performing takes bravery. Yeah. Let alone if you're worried about how your family might perceive it. Like to me, that's even more brave than the alternative.
It was deep, and also my dad, this like really West Indian, Caribbean dude. He's sent me send me pictures of Monet. I want you to take a picture of you drinking, but he loves Heineken. Of you drinking a Heineken as Monet so I can send it to all my friends. So now everyone, they just love it. So I'm just
good.
That's good. That makes me so happy.
Do you have siblings?
I do. Well, I have an older brother who lives in Long Island and he's like married with like 2 kids.
Yeah. They're all close.
They're great. I don't see them very often, which is so you think we're all in New York today, right? Long Island, but girl, to get from Harlem to Long Island is a journey and a trek. And
you're both working and kids
and traveling. Yeah. And then also with the whole COVID thing, I didn't want to go there and,
of course.
infect their space with my... Right. I just came back from Florida a few weeks ago. I'm not trying to sell, but...
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about how you got into drag. What's the first experience you had? The first time you did drag? Or
even the first inkling that that's something... did you see it somewhere or did
Were you inspired by someone?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in New York and I remember I used to take the train from Brooklyn to, I went to performing arts high school, PPAS. Woo woo, shout out PPAS. We have great alumni. Alicia Keys.
Oh my God.
Britney Spears went there for 6 months.
Oh,
when she was living in New York. Sarah Hyland from Modern Family. We were in the same class together.
No way.
Yeah, I love Sarah. Taylor Momsen, but she don't work no more. But God bless her. And so I would take the train to Manhattan, and I remember getting off the train. I used to take the 2 train to 42nd Street, then the 1 train to 50th Street. And I remember getting off at 50th Street and seeing drag queens getting on the train. I'm assuming from work, and I think one of them was Flotilla DeBarge. I would see. And I would see, I think there's a yellow jacket flying around.
Yeah. I know. And there's screaming construction, but it's COVID. So it's the way we're living.
The best high-tech mics in the world. We are outside, y'all.
I know, but I also am it's kind of charming. The world is falling apart. We're doing the best we can to get you content. What do you want from us?
So I remember seeing these drag queens at 7 o'clock in the morning going to school. And I was like, this is weird. These people are scary. Why are these men dressed like women? Ugh, who would ever do that? I always had that feeling about drag. And then in college, Peppermint used to come to my college and do a drag ball.
Oh, cool.
My freshman and sophomore year, which was when they brought an entertainer from New York. I went to school in Jersey, Westminster. And she would come and do like a drag ball where she would like host a show, and all the freshmen and sophomores, we would go to like Payless and Target and like buy like drag so we can like perform for her. And Peppermint was like the first drag queen I saw in like real life. And like I remember seeing like her ability to make all of us who were so insecure and in the closet and all those things. Because I wasn't out yet. I was like, I guess I'll just do this drag thing. I mean, I don't really want to.
Pretty gay, but
really
I guess
gay,
I'll
but like whatever. Like I'll
check
do
it out, I guess.
So Peppermint was the first person, and seeing how she like just made us all feel so comfortable, and like she was my first like experience of like a drag queen.
Wow.
And from then I was like, I want to do this one day.
And now y'all are friends.
Yeah.
That's
now
so
we're
cool.
friends. Now we work all together all the time, and Peppermint is like my drag aunt, and I love Peppermint.
She just has the best vibe.
Honestly, one of the nicest people.
So
she has this thing where you do something like shade, and she goes to me, she's like, Monet, you black bitch. How dare you? I'm like, Peppermint.
like, Jesus. So what was the first time you did drag? Did you do your own makeup, or did someone do it for you? Did you have a drag mother?
Oh, girl, I did it myself. I went to Mac because everyone was using Mac. I don't know if you guys probably did it, but there was this guy on YouTube. His name was Petralude, Misty Maven. And Petralude was like the first person who did like makeup tutorials for like drag, you know?
Oh, interesting.
Like how to like contour and how to like make hip pads and how to like make a gaff so you can hide your junk. And like, so I would like watch his videos all the time. But you know, Petralude is a really light-skinned black dude. So I was trying my best to kind of like take the colors he was using and try to find out what products it was and try to find my match to. And he used all MAC stuff because he's a MAC makeup artist. And I remember going to MAC and be like, I had like this list.
A list, you're like this.
Yeah.
I was like, I want the Studio Fix powder in this color for my...
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's what I kind of just did that. And I ended up spending so much money at MAC, not knowing how to use any of the products and just trying to make it work. And
Where were you working at the time?
I was working I would just go to the Ritz nightclub used to have a party called Saliva Tuesdays. Now, y'all don't know, Saliva Tuesdays was lit. It was at the Ritz every Tuesday night, and it would bring together all types of drag. Thorgy Thor used to host that show there back in the day. This was like 2012, 2013. But crazy things would happen at Saliva, and it was kind of like, you know, my intro into like drag performance and drag styles, and me not thinking that drag was just supposed to be female impersonation. Like you should be doing a Dolly Parton look or whoever. Like it was like these crazy avant-garde, like New York City club kid looks. And people do these really interesting numbers. So that was like my...
Yeah, I mean, it's like such incredible art. I think that's like one thing that I always wonder. Like, to me, drag culture just is the beginning of like culture. Like, I feel like whatever starts in drag culture, it's like high fashion. Like it eventually permeates.
Oh, totally.
Oh, all the language in drag culture, everyone says it now.
Everyone.
100.
And I'm like, does that start, like, can you think of like specific queens who thought of like specific things? You know what I mean? Like, or is it more just like too universal in the community?
You know, I don't know if I attribute it all to like the queens I know, but I don't know. It's, like you saying, I don't know, because sometimes I may hear someone say something first, but they fully got it from somebody else.
Right.
Got it from somebody else.
Right.
So it's like so hard to pinpoint
where it came from.
But definitely queer culture in general has permeated
queer black culture.
Queer black culture, exactly.
Exactly.
Has permeated the atmosphere, and like everyone is like using those isms and those things, and which is fine. It's just that when people act like they invented shit.
Right,
like,
that's the
do you
problem.
get bothered when like a white gay is like, I'm gooped or whatever?
I get bothered because they saw the Drag Race and they love it. And for the most part, now I think we're being more socially aware and to not act like shit is yours when it's not.
Yeah.
But you know, when you do see someone acting like they invented something, like, girl, now.
Right. It's like
a blonde white girl in Texas who's like, slay.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even know though. I feel like a lot of,
they don't know. You know,
it actually comes from a nice place because they like gay people so much.
Of course.
And you're like, oh,
it's like,
your heart's in the right place. You got the right energy, girl.
Yeah.
But like also like learn. I think it's important to learn like the history of like the stuff that you're into. You know, like especially if you're benefiting from it. You know, so I just have noticed that it's like everywhere, and it seems so much so that you don't even really see where it came from.
Yeah,
you know, it's
100%. I love that these mics have. So if y'all don't know, these mics have masks on them.
These are responsible mics.
Yeah,
I know, but again, this is speaking to high quality and how fierce.
I know. How do we sound, Zeno?
The sun just came
we
out.
sound good. The sun just came out, shining on us.
Look at Jesus. Jesus is like, I'm gonna shine on these hoes for a little bit.
St. Lucia government's about to be mad at me.
Have you ever been to any of the like fun Caribbean islands like that? St. Lucia?
A few.
I'm going to the Dominican Republic on Wednesday.
Jealous.
To visit my boyfriend on set.
Oh, because he's working.
He's making a movie.
Famous actor. All right, you guys, it's time for my sweet angel of a boyfriend / our mixologist on the show, Mark Manio, to make a drink.
Time for a drink. Made by Scott's boyfriend. Time to get wasted.
So basically, the premise of this podcast is we're obsessed with really successful, incredible people. So we try and invite really successful, incredible people like yourself to come and just like steal all your wisdom and try and get some gossip.
Okay.
It's basically just like all Scott and I want to do.
Gossip.
Talk about ambition and tea. So we do this segment where Mark is our bartender, Scott's boyfriend, and we bring a drink that we feel like is our guest.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like we nailed it with this drink.
I think we nailed it.
We brought Moët. One, because it sounds like Monet, obviously, but also champagne is
bubbly,
opulent,
classy.
I love it.
And that's
rich
you.
emotion. It's a rich feeling.
I love it.
I'm also very scared of opening champagne bottles. So
he is. He won't.
I'm like
open them.
deathly afraid
Really?
of it.
Really?
Yeah, because that guy from Love Island lost an eye.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He was like partying and he shook up the bottle and went straight
See,
into his
And it went in
eye.
his eye and it blinded him.
And I've since then, like, I can't do it.
That's
I
the
can't open a
saddest-
bottle.
And so
That's
now Mark
so
won't do
sad.
it.
Well, do you know, I learned when you twist the metal part off, it's exactly 6 twists.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't-
Now, do it. Count if you don't believe me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What I
We
told
told
y'all.
you were successful
She's
and
an
brilliant.
honest queen.
Scott and I are big Drag Race
Yes.
fans. So we just want to know
Oh,
everything.
yeah, all the Drag Race stuff.
Oh my God, please. Listen,
I'm sure no
an
one's
open
ever
book.
talked to you about Drag Race before.
Once in a while.
Wait, I had some questions like that I really
Once in a blue.
Do you get tired of talking about it?
No.
Oh my God, I love that because people are like, do you get tired of talking about the origin of pentatonics or whatever? And I'm like, I love it. I was
Yeah,
like, I
it's-
literally
I
love
sometimes
it.
get tired talking about my first record deal. I was signed to Adam Levine, and people ask me about that all the time. But I'm not signed to him anymore, so that's less fun to talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, 'cause
it's like
it's like
it feels like a
string.
breakup. It feels like
Yeah.
someone's asking me like my ex-boyfriend all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I feel that.
enough is enough.
I feel
But
that.
Okay, so how many times did you audition for the show?
Oh, I auditioned 5 years. I auditioned
Oh,
for
wow.
season 6, 7, 8, 9, and I got on 10.
oh my God, I
Wow.
love that.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was really hardcore about it.
You're like,
then,
I'll keep going.
actually on my YouTube channel, I do this thing where I react to my old my old audition tapes. I just did
need to
the
watch
first one, season 6. And looking back at it, I was like, this bitch really thought she was gonna get on Drag Race. Girl, I had nothing. I had no clothes. I had maybe 2 wigs. I was living in Portland because I was working with Portland Opera at the time. And I mean, I was a mess. And the fact that I thought, what if I got cast? I most definitely went home first. I was a mess. A mess.
In your audition tapes, did you sing opera? Did you show your opera chops?
I did in that one. Ooh, that's good.
Right.
I hit the back of the throat. In the first one, yeah, I did a little Carmen. I did a little habanero.
Will you sing it a little bit?
Yeah. No, I can't.
Literally no pressure. I also cannot sing right now. Sorry.
Yeah. See, now what Sky is not telling you is that they already gave me a shot of vodka.
Yeah.
And now we're drinking champagne. So I have the studio later. I'm going to be lit in the studio, girl.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yes, that's
I
the best
love
way.
being drunk in the studio.
See,
It's
but
my
I can't
favorite
sing
thing.
when I'm drunk, though.
Oh, really? I feel
No.
like I'm so confident when I'm drunk that I'm
Really?
like, oh, no. I'm like,
No, I have a friend. I'm not going to say her name. A drag queen in the city. And like she gets, obliterated. Hops up on any drug that they sell
Before a show.
on the Eastern Seaboard. And it is 3 o'clock in the morning. And she starts to sing and she sounds, I'm like, how?
I mean, that's like Amy Winehouse. When I watch Amy
True.
Winehouse, I'm like, how are you doing this?
she
Like,
can barely walk
she's
on stage.
never
and then
sung
she
a wrong
sounds
note.
better.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
That's such a
It's
freaky
crazy.
ability. Okay, wait. So your first auditions, you're like, what was I thinking?
A mess.
But what I love about that is, first of all, I totally relate to that. Like sometimes I listen to like my first songs and I was so sure
about
were like massive hits. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even know what's going on here. Like, what's happening? The video, I've tried to hide on YouTube. Interscope owns it. I can't get rid of it. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
our first music video, I'm like, what am I going to do when the paparazzi's outside the house? Like this, I just don't know if I can handle this.
I think we talk about this in the podcast all the time, that like delusion is a really important
ingredient.
My God.
It's a necessity.
I agree with this. I 100% agree because it gives you the confidence that you need at the time that you need it.
You can't be successful unless you have like this insane optimism and confidence on a delusional level.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so which audition was there any audition where you're like, I was robbed? Like I should have made it.
This is something. Season 9, I had a really good tape. Because, okay, I don't know if y'all know, but the Drag Race auditions they're intense, really intense.
Yeah.
They require so much material from you.
Really?
You have to give them so much stuff. Like you end up sending in, the tapes are normally between like 20 and like 30 minutes.
Wow.
And you have to answer like 40 or 50 questions in and out of drag. You have to do an acting challenge. You have to send them a sewing challenge.
Or Snatch Game, right?
You have to do 2 Snatch Game characters.
Oh, wow.
Use My Angela, which is my favorite thing I've ever seen.
It's
iconic. What's interesting is like, not every singer auditions for like reality shows.
Right.
Like you never did.
I never did.
But like every drag queen that literally exists, I feel auditions for RuPaul's Drag Race. Because it's an automatic career if you're on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably so competitive.
Season 9, I really felt like I turned it out. And I was first round alternate. So I did like all the things I did. I got the first call, then I did the psyche valve. And after the psyche valve, you get the third call telling you like if you got on the show, like definitely. So I gotten that and they were like, hey, but actually you're gonna be first round alternate. So we already have the Queens one from New York. So if one of them can't for whatever reason, we'll give you a call back and then you
crushed?
I was so crushed. I was like, no.
That happened to me on The Voice. I was first alternate. I moved into the hotel and was supposed to be on Voice season 1. And then they did the same thing. They were like, actually, if this other guy drops out, he's very similar to you, then we'll call you. I was like, he's not going to drop out.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah. It was
really, I had no idea.
Yeah.
First
in a way,
alternate.
it's almost more insulting because you're like, oh, I'm just literally your second choice. Like you literally, if you can't get what you want.
That's exactly how I felt. Yeah.
But then season 10, it happened.
Season 10 happened.
And when you got the call that you got it, were you like, did you cry? Were you so excited?
I didn't cry, but I was definitely really excited. I was like, oh my God, this is finally the moment I've been waiting for. And I was like, oh, season 10. I was like, it's the 10th one. They're going to like make it really different. So in my mind, you could not tell me that when we got there, they were going to make it like a real world situation where we're going to be like in a house and they were going to like film us. Because we also, when we like signed the contracts and stuff, some of the wording made it seem like that was going to happen. So I was like, oh my God, it's going to be so major. The first season that they do this like America's Next Top Model like 24/7 thing.
Right.
Did you have a phone? That's so random.
No.
They don't
Girl,
have a
as
phone.
soon as you land at LAX on that plane with your 5 suitcases, they take away everything from you. You have no wallet, you have no keys, you have no phone, you have no dignity. You have nothing, okay?
Wow.
Nothing.
I thought that because I was like, the queens on the show like get so dramatic and like at times that I'm like, this really fucks with their mind. There's no way they have their phone or anything or
you have
internet.
no tether to reality except you're in a shitty hotel that has like 7 channels. One of them is Food Network, and the other one, all you can watch is Naked and Afraid. So that's literally all I watch. I watch Chopped and Naked and Afraid.
Oh my
every
God.
single episode.
Does anybody ever fall in love? Like anybody?
Not on my season. Apparently, Vanessa and Vanjie really did. I mean, Vanessa
Vanjie and Brooklyn?
And Brooklyn really did. And
that's the only time I've seen like romance on the show.
It kind of surprises me.
Well, this past season, it was Crystal and Gigi that kind of had like a thing, but I don't think they do anymore. But from what I know, especially, because Vanessa's like a hopeless romantic. Like she loves love and she loves like
very Mark,
all of that. So so Vanessa's very you.
What's your sign,
so
Mark?
I definitely believe them.
Oh, you're
an Aries?
That shocks me.
I actually don't.
You're the opposite of an Aries. That's what's crazy.
I've never bonded with my sign or astrology.
Are
in
you
general.
sure it's the right thing?
Yeah. And I've always
refuse to believe you're an Aries.
No, actually, if you go down the list of everything about an Aries, he doesn't match any of them.
You're not an Aries.
Really?
I know.
Well, are you a cusp? When were you?
April 10.
No, that's
you're
right
like
in the
full
middle.
ass Aries.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a cusp. I'm a Pisces and Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Aquarii.
I know. I love her.
I love her too.
What else was I gonna
She's
ask
my
about?
boo. I love her so much.
Oh.
She's so kooky and she's so weird and crazy. I love her.
Did you enjoy your season 10 experience or All Stars experience more?
You know, I think season 10, I think that the rapport that we had on season 10 was super organic. And not to say that All Stars 4 wasn't organic, but it was more fun. Like all those like interactions between like myself and Asia and Monique that you saw on the show and also like in the extras. Those were like so real.
Such a good season.
It's fun to see people actually connected.
You know, and everyone's getting their chance on a season. On All Stars, it's like they've been touring and making money and shit.
But like, bitches trying to control their narrative.
And it's not as green, so I feel like people are they're a little bit more jaded maybe. Like I feel like in the season 10, everyone's so excited.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, yo, we're about to be famous.
Yeah.
I definitely love that season 10 experience. But then I love All Stars 4 because I met like Naomi, and now Naomi and I are such good friends, and I fucking love her. She's one of the best things ever. She helped me like smuggle drugs into Europe. And she's like one of
I
my...
love Naomi.
And when I say drugs, I mean marijuana. I don't do anything else, not to judge.
But she sent Manila home. How do you feel about that?
Oh, and I agreed with her.
Manila was the fiercest competition, so it was a smart move.
Yes, but when she pulled my lipstick to send me home over Latrice, who was doing worse than me, I was like, you're going down. I was like, I will put cyanide in your cocktail episode, girl. I am very vindictive. When she put my lipstick, I was like, I will never trust her ever again.
Right.
And she's done.
Oh, she had blood on her hands,
quote
honey.
Winfred Sanderson, she's toast.
She's toast. All right, you guys, that concludes part 1 of our conversation with Monet Exchange. Part 2 will be up next week. Be sure to tune in.